Good morning. Welcome to Satsang. It is better to lose the habit to define who you are. Because of that habit of labeling, you search. It provokes the search, which is never fulfilled by labeling. So it's a bit like a piece of clay that you take and you would say there's nothing there. And if you make a few movements with your finger, there will be a shape. So there was a potential existence of forms and name in that nothing. But nothing is also a shape. It's formless. So even to say that what I am is emptiness or nothingness, you have to be aware that it's the only thing the mind can say, cannot go farther than that. But that is the limits of the mind. So non-existence and existence is not even defining that's what you are. Any question in your search? And if you don't have a search, why? Or after what I said? Or something you would like to hear? Yeah. Hi. I do the mic, please.
Actually, I was away for...
Is it on? Yeah?
No.
So it's very interesting you started like this because I moved to Portugal as a result of the search.
Yeah.
And now I was away for 4 months to work, and I came back and I realized that search does not give me what I want. So
Very good.
I was sad to discover that there is a lot of sadness and a loss of motivation and it's as if the search is just another way of doing things, just like going out for work, the same thing. And there is a feeling of loneliness, of aloneness actually, that I'm really on my own. And
So what do you search, first of all? What do you search?
I don't know anymore what I'm searching for. I thought I'm searching for happiness. I think this search for happiness is still there, the need,
Yeah, happiness. All living beings are searching for happiness. Can be happiness because one
peace.
cannot define it, but it could be peace, it could be just to be abiding in your own self, which gives waves of happiness and peace. Okay, so you saw that the search cannot, I don't know where you directed your search, but it cannot fulfill what you really want.
I put it on the master, the search. I connected it to the image of a guru, of a master.
That he should give you that?
Yeah.
No, nobody can do that for you.
Not to give me, but being in the proximity of the one.
Understand.
Yeah.
Understand. You see, the guru has a shape as long as you think you have a shape. It's a support, but one is called a guru and he always brings you back from where you never left. That is what you are. All the rest are experiences. All the rest are experiences. Means they go on changing, they were not there before, they have a span of life, they disappear. So it cannot be real. It cannot be who you are. So who you are, you never lose. It's already there. It's forever, from ever. You just have this habit to think, I will experience it. That will never happen. Because you see, your real nature contains an experiencer, but doesn't depend on an experiencer just to be. So the experiencer has to be questioned. Not the experience, the experiencer. And how do you call that experiencer in your case?
I call it myself. It's very intimate. It's something I know very much deeply.
It's I. You would say I.
Yeah.
I am born.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there is also a feeling of tiredness, like to just keep doing this neti. This is not real. This is not.
Okay, you've done that.
So
but now you have to question who is the one who negates. Who is it?
Still I.
Yes, I. Your so-called intimate I.
Yeah.
Yes. So, every question or every pointing has a direction. You agree? So if you ask, who am I? It has to have a direction. And show me, the direction is this way or the direction is this way. Okay. It's innerly. Innerly, it looks like, because you still base yourself on I, the body mind. Now, if you ask, who am I? You have not to bring any quality to I. You have not to, you negated them. So I is alone. Who am I? And you just dive where the question ends. And be there. Now that you can never lose. Or try.
So in a way, it's asking the question without looking for the answer. That I
Yes.
always look for an answer.
But the answer is to be that. Is not to think of it. Or not to feel it.
Not feel it.
Yeah, otherwise it is limited into a feeling again, and there is a feeler. I'm sorry for the English, but so if you want to abide in I would not even call the happiness, because we only know happiness which comes and goes, but in what is the most precious after all for you, and the mind will call it happiness or peace, okay. Just let it make it obvious for you that that's what I am, and all the rest is a creation, is a manifestation, is an existence which comes from here, which ends here. But I am that, I am that. And the mind has to stop, because that's no label, no place, no location, no base, no time, no space. She will. No. Here, you don't. Why?
I have no idea.
I'll try. You came for that.
I was just following with you.
Yes. And where are you? If you follow that, where are you?
It feels like for some time
Discard the feeling. Discard the feeling.
something seems to disappear very shortly, but soon.
So that you are not.
What else? Yeah, it's endless.
Yes, the manifestation is endless. It will always come and go, come and go, come and go. Birth and death, birth and death. And one is fed up at some point. Fed up.
So can we abide?
You say I. Can I?
Even if what comes quickly, just all the time?
From where you think they come from? It must be from what you are. So whatever appears, it's not it. Or everything is it. I have to be to speak in paradoxes here, but for now it's not it. If you particularize something, it's not it. Everything comes from your real nature, the real nature of things. That, it's called that. But that doesn't depend on anything. So, okay, things go, come. It's not what you are. So from where can you see that? Always go back from where you can see that.
That seems to be endless.
What is endless? The appearance, and the disappearance is endless. I appear in such a way, in certain way, and I disappear in a certain way. So it cannot be who you really are. This is an appearance. And I is included, I as a person is included in that appearance. A quality doesn't float by itself. It is attached to this I as a person. So make some self-inquiry about that. Yeah? So, want it?
Hi. You talk about seeking and searching, and I saw,
Really?
yeah, really. And I saw myself in this waiting, waiting for the next moment, waiting for whatever realization, for that it's ending, and I see this waiting. It's total. It's also, I know it's a wave, something coming up, but I'm clinging on it.
Yeah.
Every time see myself sitting there and then waiting.
Yeah, sure.
And
It's in time because you place yourself in time, so it will always be next time.
yeah.
Next time I will realize.
Yeah, then, but I miss, this.
Yeah, you miss.
It's like,
You miss.
see, but it's for me really tricky. This waiting. It's
Yeah,
not,
but you know it's tricky,
Yeah.
and you know that it's because you place your body in time. Of course, the body is in time, but you place yourself in time. So, who told you to do that?
Yeah, not me. Yes, it's like it's nobody.
So you can not depend on that. You can not depend on that. If it is not what you are, then don't depend on something which is not what you are. Where are you then? Is there any future there?
In this waiting.
No, in the waiting, of course. I tell you, don't depend on what you saw, which is depending on waiting because you place yourself into time, yeah? So I say, if you see that, so be freed from that. Nobody obliges you to glue yourself to that. So what happens? That's it. But you wait for the happening in the future. The happening may not be called happening, but let's call it even, that doesn't matter for the moment. The happening is just here now. But it's because you wait in the future that you veil it. What? Yes.
It comes more in the moment now than.
Which moment? There is only this moment of realization.
Okay, then.
So otherwise it's not a moment.
Okay.
It's a moment which is linked to the past and the future. It's not the real moment. I speak of the real moment. Means shake yourself, I don't know what to do. No, try to see that I am not the one I describe. You are describing yourself to me, isn't it? And you suffer because of that description. It's exhausting to wait, and it's quite mad also and foolish. Yeah? Okay. So, just for now, let it go. Yeah, that direction. That direction. And it doesn't matter if it reappears, but know that when something reappears, even like waiting because it was your habit, laugh about it.
I try not to try.
No, you spoil it now. You spoil it. Where I show you, where is the trying? There is no trying. Trying is in the time. It will always be just now, you see. Always. It will never be in the future. It's always just now. Just now, wake up. It's better even not to say those words. We see the magic of the word, because then you wait for the waking up. It's terrible. But you are it. This don't forget. And if you feel like you've the experience, I am not it, know that it's a false impression. This is the illusion. Hmm? Hmm? You will never ever experience it and figure it out.
Very good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why you cannot lose it and attain it. You are it. For that you have to be fatigued with, to try experiences and all that. You have to be fatigued.
Can you know it?
No. If you mean by
Not by the mind.
one, it's very strange. One, what is realization? One knows. How could I express that? One knows very well who he is, and the mind doesn't know at all. Yeah, we can say so. So, what about you?
Very good. Don't know anything. I hope.
No. Don't listen to that hope. That hope. Do you still hope?
Absolutely no. Hope for what?
For what? Absolutely not, you said.
No. For what hope?
Not now, okay. So you just keep quiet in yourself. Let's see how long.
Yes.
It's up to you, huh? Because it's always there. It's up to you to follow. Oh, I hope. Oh, I'm waiting a little bit. It's so good.
Thank you.
It's a bit quick. If you like.
No, I just said hi.
You just
I said
arrived.
hi to you.
Yeah. Thank you. It's good. So it can be that side. Daniela, no? Oh, yeah? That's good. There is not much coming. Oh, it's more important of what will come, or it's more important to be without everything? Tell me.
I just wanted to tell you that, like, all what you said about to question the experiencer and not, like, I'm trying to see always what is the texture of this feeling like, what it's made of out of time, and it's coming and it's going. So.
But that's the experience of everybody. Huh? You know what it means to that something rises, was not there before, goes on changing and then disappear. You know that. No?
Yes.
So the meaning is that it's not real. So what's left?
Somehow I speak to you, Ganga, now because it's still when they're like when you say about experiences, there are the forms and there are the no forms, and then there sometimes I don't know if I demystify the nature of when there is the relief of all the disappearance of things. Do I really question? Do I really see that it's part of this coming and going?
Probably not. Otherwise you would not ask. See, the disappearance is attached to the appearance. Otherwise, what does it mean, something which disappears? Because we believe very much in the appearance, so now we believe very much in the disappearance. But what you are never was something, so never it has to disappear. What does it mean? One speaks only about his beliefs. And of course you will have somehow the experience of its opposite. But you have to know it is still a false impression. What you are never disappeared, or never appeared, or never appears when you believe of disappearance. You will stay in the disappearance then. And you will believe, oh, it's when I have the experience of disappearance that I am more real. Even though it looks like, of course, things are giving up, are disappearing, but you are at some point, you have to hear. That's also part of the creation. What I am has always been there, ever unchanging. It has nothing to do with this play of appearance and disappearance. And that's once is enough. After it is a play going on. So now, you hear me? Do you see that? Do you understand? No, just reply.
When you speak, I really feel I know what you speak.
So you understand?
I even, I can say, I know this, but I am taking the times
We don't speak of those times.
Yes.
Just now, you understand what I say. Is it clear to you? Does it click suddenly? Oh, even the disappearance? No, it doesn't. I am more clicking than you. You speak of disappearance, so it must be something there that you feel. And I confirm, I say, yes, maybe it looks like it's the eye, for example, or I don't know what you meant, disappears. Actually, the belief of the reality disappears, but since I did my negation radically, that's also part of it. And then, with what are you left? With your own self, as it was always. But you see, it has to be your own experience. And it doesn't click. So, I don't know, you spoke of the disappearance of what? Is it not striking? No, it's not striking. How come? Well. Okay, 12, 6, maybe not the moment. It will come on its own. And then you will laugh, and then you will say the same, and you will be surprised. Why you don't understand? It's like that. Huh? All movements have the awe of the mind. All the movements. It's the mind. Okay, apply it to you. That's why you see there are so many on this planet which carries a glimpses, and still they search, even if they pretend not, because they believe in the disappearance. And of course it will go away. And then they are like this. You have to hear. Any movement of the mind means whatever you can experience or see or describe, it's the mind. I'm not this, I'm not that. Mm-hmm. you have to demystify the mind. You see, it's much better than to try to be quiet and in silence, because there are states, there are experiences. Just demystify the mind. Is it was not there before? Boom, that's the mind. You have to be, if you want to be free, I don't oblige anybody. Yes.
Yes, for me,
Oops, I'm sorry.
this applies somehow to these strong emotions that I've been
Yeah,
experiencing in these last months.
yeah.
And there, in that case, it's somehow difficult to see it as mine. Or I see it as mine, but it's not helpful.
It's not helpful because you don't want to be free.
Must be. And I want to be free.
But it's not too late.
No.
Because one is attached to anything which will give you a sense of existence, personal existence. Anything can be troublesome, can be suffering. Sure. So, know that. Yeah.
Ganga, today is my first switch of again. Today is for a while my last satsang, and I had a very, very great time. It was so precious, and I would like to say goodbye with a little piece of poetry. Wherever I go, whatever I do, whatever I feel, you are there. I feel lonely or depressed. I feel victorious and proud. You are there. Seeking love, indulging in hate, you are there. Trying to call you by your name, I burst into tears. Oh, precious namelessness, is it your perfume which makes me drunk with happiness? Thank you.
said, there is only this moment. Just cannot take it. It always looks like I'm waiting, but I know that thing will appear. You like I heard it strongly, but I still maybe wait that this I or whatever appear will really be not taken as real at all, like not even look at it, like it will appear and then.
Yeah, but you see, this image you have, it's like the final image that you would like to attain. It's too much to keep. Because it's never how one thinks. So even that, you see, don't attach yourself to that. Not a single thought has to hypnotize you.
I believe you, but at the same time, I don't believe you, because what you talk of is not my experience.
What is your experience?
Movements.
Movements. But you see them. So from where you see them? Does a movement can be a movement alone?
You know, when I hear that and you say that to me repeatedly, what sees that?
Yeah.
But yeah.
Don't try to figure it out. When I say what could see that, just be from where you can see that. Because if you figure it out, again you create a new movement of the mind. Do you see that? Just for a moment, don't give power to this bloody mind. If you see anything, it's the mind, you agree? Okay. So, and you know, if any word is uttered, any feeling and whatever, there is a magic there. I think that's why it's called Maya. I have to ask after if it is true, but it looks to me that's why it's called Maya. It creates immediately the illusion of reality of whatever is uttered. Okay? So, know it.
I think there's such a strong belief in that there is only one perspective.
There is only one
perspective, which is mind. Or I seem to be, seems totally locked into that. And even though
it's an idea you have,
yeah,
lose that idea, and then we see. Where is the perspective if you lose that idea?
it's funny.
You want to
I don't follow you. I don't want to follow you.
You don't want.
I don't want to. You know.
But then I will not oblige you.
That's what I'm saying. There's this like battle going on. There's this like I'm here for something. Yet at the same time, it seems I'm sabotaging it in a way.
You want to remain a fighter.
Oh, fed up, man.
Well, there is nothing wrong. It can be a way of life. You see, you have to fall in love with what is said in the scriptures and in satsang life. You have to fall in love with what is indicated because you are so thirsty. It fits your thirst, you see. Now, if you're very thirsty and still you fight the drink which is given to you just to see in the microscope if it was the correct wine and which brand and this that means you are not yet very, very thirsty, isn't it? You are fed up because as an arrogant guy you don't attain what you want. You are more fed up with that than being fed up to be deluded and to be what you are. You see, realization, you cannot even proudly show that you are enlightened because the world is contained in you. Who I have in front of me? Tell me. Who I have in front of me? Did you hear what I said? Otherwise you pass on the mic, there is somebody there who wants. No, that will not do, huh?
I just want to say to you that I'm grateful. There is a lot of gratefulness. Since I'm here, when I arrived first day, I was talking about this fish that is thirsty. And I feel like I drink every word you say. There's so much clarity every day. And last day you asked me if I know who I am. And there was a big trouble inside. And I was feeling so bad. But I could see this from the mind, so arrogant. And then there was this realization about just the mind, that is even this, you want to grasp, not allow me to say, yes, I know myself. And then this morning I came and got this clarity. And this morning I felt like to put an image, just this fish, a little beautiful fish in the middle of a big ocean, just happy. And certain moment, there is no more fish anymore, and there is not even the ocean. Just nothing. So I'm very glad that I met you. That it's really
We are all grateful.
big gift.
I'm not sure the Upanishad, I think it's Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Yatra na nyat pashyati, na nyat shranoti, na nyat vijanati, sabhuma. There, where nothing else is seen, nothing else is heard, nothing else is known, sabhuma, that you are.
Yeah, it's all said. You are well? I don't know your name. You are well?
Sorry?
You are well?
Oh, yes.
Enough well?
This is my first time, I just in thoughts.
Yeah. In
I'm usually...
Mind you, it will be the last time. You'll be in your thoughts.
No, I just sometimes like to... it's all okay. I'm just a type of guy who is, I would call myself an objectivist. So since the age of 6 or 7, I was always a really curious type of child.
Yeah.
And I always was seeking answers to everything, like every child.
Yeah.
Really. And I think it's in our human nature to that we want to know everything, but we cannot. It's also in part of our nature that we cannot. And so I was always deep in books, and I always had this thirst for knowledge, you know.
Yeah.
And I know it's a cliche, but I realized that the more I know, the less I know, the lesser I am. And it teaches you some sort of humbleness.
Yeah.
That the more you know, the more far away you feel from the truths. And
Yeah.
I was raised in a family where the truths were always exact.
Yeah.
So they told you that what is there, what is the truth, what you need to follow, and there is nothing else. You have to embrace it. But I was always a rebellious kid, you know, and I was always asking the priests and the teachers that, but I think there is something else that you are not telling me. some sort of uncomfortable truths behind all the holiness and the sanctity of things. And the more I felt like this, the more disturbed my mind was.
Yeah.
And I just realized that I never can truly know everything. I accepted it, and I am almost okay with it. But I made a promise to myself that whatever happens, I always keep to this objectivism, you know, because it's silly, I know, but I always thought that there is actually no actual exact truths. I always against these stories and this philosophy that, I mean, the philosophy itself that you have in the Western world, we have a lot of philosophers from the ancient world to the modern world who always tell you that this is that, this is this, and maybe there is nothing between, but there will be always something between. And like you said, that the movement, that the mind is the starting point, that it's like a domino. I'm picking something with my mind, and everything that happens in the world is like ripples. Ripples in the materialistic world.
Yeah. But are you quite satisfied with your discoveries?
At the moment,
Which is true, the mind is like that.
At the moment I am, but
Okay.
sometimes I am troubled myself, I have to confess.
Did you ever ask this question, but who I am in reality? If not, I can just give you a trouble more.
I don't mind.
Yeah, I know you like, so happily.
I like trouble. Trouble is.
Yeah. So that's a
So
good
if you can, I am grateful.
Did you see that actually from the beginning we speak of something we even don't know and cannot catch? Isn't it very...
And that's what I'm liking about it. That you are not speaking in absolutes. I don't like absolutes.
So, somebody wants to say something? No?
Maybe to drop the idea of absolute.
No, we don't have dialogue between. I am absolutely despot. I'm a despot, tyrant, telling, don't be tyrannized by your mind. No dialogue possible. Okay.
Does the fire die or does it stay?
Fire, fire, fire. You will tell me.
Okay.
You see, as a sensation, as an idea, as a feeling, all that dies, of course. All is mortal in this world. That's it? Yes.
If I may continue, so when I'm dismissing whatever is mind movement, I see there is an observer that keeps rolling, and that also feels like another movement of the mind.
It's I. I am the observer now. I as a person, as another dress. Before he was a doer or whatever, now he's an observer. Still I as a person.
So, I know the question is not well formulated, what to do.
Don't be the observer, then he will not ask what to do to disappear. You remain from where you see that. What is it?
Just confusion. It's,
Confusion?
yeah, in a way it's... there is still a mind trying
But then who is confused again?
Yeah.
You shift from observer, clear observer, then clear confusion, and like that, but it's always about you. You see, if you want to be freed to limit yourself with that you, that question, who am I, has some efficiency. Because that question doesn't care if this I is confused or observer or clear, enlightened or bound. And the answer is absolutely not in the body-mind. The answer is simply from where it arose or where it disappears. Be that, you are that.
happened a couple of times, and the eye is so busy with the life
Yeah,
and the person and everything.
the movies like that.
And then you ask someone, do you want to be free? And there was nothing in me who could say, yes, I want to be free. And I felt like struck by that, and it was shame, and what am I doing here at all? And then there was like the one who sees that, and then it was gone.
Yes, it was just a passing by idea.
A what?
A passing by idea. There is no meaning in it. It's part of the movie. Thank you very much. Someone? No? Thank you very much.